Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. I'm going to do one more video tonight. This one is about just a recent it's my own music studio, my own students. Um, kind of of course, keeping all names anonymous, of course. Just kind of some thoughts on how, um, student by student, how they did, and kind of, it's a little bit of a music teacher um, talking out loud to other music teachers, potentially, about um, yeah, I mean, kind of, how did my students do, kind of thing. Um, as a music teacher, by the way, it's just, so much of what I'm doing is observing. It's observing. So much of it is that, and so I feel like the better I can, more accurately I can observe something happening, the better teacher I'll be. And so I'm kind of tough on myself in that area, and I'm always open to other ideas from other teachers in this regard. So, anyway, that being said, keeping all names anonymous, I'm just going to go through some of the students that performed today and kind of some thoughts about each and how they did. But of course, no names will be mentioned, obviously. So, one student, first student performed. I guess the best way of putting it is this: I know where the student is at, and for some of my students in the past, it was enough that they started out in the right note. One student, remember, this is in the past, started on a wrong pitch when she got to the piano, and the whole song sounded okay, but it was a little bit off. And this is a similar situation. Once we started going, it was okay. It's very difficult, I think, to have younger kids, but also kids that are just shyer, perform. And I have to keep this in mind. For my recitals, I don't require students to play at recitals. But once you get to a certain age, in your teen years especially if you're going to major in piano, then yes, I think I would very much want those students to play at recitals. But yeah, I know those young kids, it takes a lot of guts to get up there, and so that's half the battle. So I know what we need to work on. I know where she's at. The second student, again, very, very young, but did well. Did very, very well. The question comes to my mind: is it better sometimes to do easier pieces, to have students play easier pieces for recitals with 100% mastery for beginners, intermediates, or especially beginners, or give them something a tad more challenging for recital and have them, there's the risk of having to make lots of mistakes or getting, nervous and that sort of thing for the audience. And the older student, the more serious the student, the more advanced they are, the more I think that, yeah, you should be playing something more challenging, something like challenge you. I think it's important for students to build their confidence in their own playing when they're younger, and that often comes from successful performances, where they're able to often play easier pieces. So I think it's important to do that. I leave a lot of the choice of what students want to play up to themselves. That way they're more fully invested in what they're doing at the recital. I had another student who I think she started working on the music she was going to play probably a little bit too far in advance of when the recital's going to be. And so she kept it in good shape. But there's a question of timing sometimes with some pieces. And the student's intelligence as well. This student was very, very bright. Another one of my students played 3 different pieces, but she did actually a pretty awesome job. All of them. It was just really, this particular student's really come a long ways. And yeah, I was very, very proud of all my students. But I mean, she just hit it out of the park. She did great. Another one of my students has done very, very well in passing. She's progressed to a very higher level intermediate knowledge. I think in what this particular student's had a hard time with stage fright and other things. This piano, and she did fine. Again, it's hard when you're more sensitive. Personality-wise, it's just hard to have that poise. There comes a time. Again, just confidence and being able to keep cool and calm and all that stuff. So I had another student who had a very hard time keeping a steady beat. We're going to have to work on that a lot more. But it's so hard for him. It's easier when he's playing it solo. We also had to play a duet. And it was... So if you guys have any suggestions on working with students regarding rhythm and helping a student keep a steady beat, I'd be very interested to hear any suggestions you have. Another one of my students kind of played a movie theme, but again, he had plenty of time to work on it, and wasn't the greatest in terms of its steadiness of beat. It was okay, but I felt the need to challenge the student, but due to certain reasons, it's been hard to inspire and have to motivate him. He's just often bored with music, and so we're working on try all kinds of things. And again, keeping boys interested, I need to. There's a gentleman, Tim Topham. I need to look at some of his stuff. Get some ideas for this boy, maybe other boys, but so I don't know. Let's see. I had a lot of students perform. Sorry, I'm trying to get through this. Well, another one of my students is more further on, intermediate-ish. Played a piece that she's sounded a little cautious on, and she's played a lot in the past. She's practiced a lot in the past, maybe not quite as much recently. And trying to keep her engaged in music more. What do you do with cautious students? So students that have high degree of accuracy when they're reading pitches. Maybe they're reading denser music now, and they're a little bit more cautious and stuff. And how do you help them to be more confident and have more bravado, playing bigger chords? And, I've heard her play faster music before, and she could do it. Again, I'm open to suggestions there. So two other students, their sisters, they both played very, very well. I think one of them kind of rushed through. They both kind of rushed a little bit. Both playing very beautiful music, but so another question I have for you guys is how do you help the students that can be maybe get more nervous? How do you help them to calm down, to play calmer music so it isn't rushed? It was a little bit quick. But again, these are somewhat more shy, sensitive personalities. Again, any comments in that regard would be greatly appreciated. Gosh, who else played? Let's see. My horn student did great. Just great. He's come a long way. His composition student did fine. Oh gosh, sorry. Going through my list here. Oh yeah, I had one student who has a lot of energy, and she actually was so insistent that she wanted to play through her pieces, perfect, that when she started the first time, she made a mistake, and she's like, she wanted to start again. I don't really have students who do that, but I mean, she has a lot of bravery, but it's not often where you have a student start and stop, like in a recital. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, and of course I had another student who's very, very sensitive, more than almost any other of my students. Maybe only one other one as sensitive as she is, shy, and she played wonderfully. But yeah, I mean, very, very well. So I was happy with that performance as well. Let's see, anyone else? Oh yeah, two brothers that both played very, very well, very confidently, and another girl. We did a rock tune, worked out pretty well as well. So overall, it was very everything went well. Everything was a successful recital. But I know everybody is prepared. Um, in this case, there's a few students that may be a little bit overly prepared, or maybe could have worked in their pieces a little bit later. We started a tad early for some pieces, but anyway, especially for music teachers, if you have any additional thoughts, just leave them in the comments below. All right, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Thanks. Bye.